Hello, 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 and good evening for this 1 day late market update. I'm sorry for not dropping the video earlier yesterday, but it doesn't look like we missed anything. So, yeah, there's no reason to have feeling of FOMO here. Let's start with the usual suspect, our dear friend, the Bitcoin dominance. I will jump to the weekly chart. Yeah, we spoke here last time. Um, For now, nothing new, nothing happened. If we look at the daily, we can see we had a bigger correction. This was the Bitcoin pump moment where Ethereum then followed. And then we saw that Bitcoin dominance is still on the rise. We made a new high of this cycle once again, just like we did all those times earlier. We now are in another corrective wave here, and we will still wait for the Bitcoin dominance to reach higher levels to be able to be bullish on altcoins once again. For now, we will hold our money. We will wait for a good entry and just keep an eye on that. Before we jump into Bitcoin right now, let's take a look at two more charts. The first one is the SPX, which now correlates even more with the Bitcoin. It looks very much like the last Bitcoin pump we had. Yeah, same here. Looks like we go higher, looks like we bounce from 5,800 ish somewhere and then continue the frenzy upwards, especially now with Trump winning the American election, which had a very bullish effect on Bitcoin because he said some stuff that he wanted to do with Bitcoin, and yeah, people have been pricing this in into their market decisions. Price has been rising a little bit. Um, for me, I would not correlate this to Donald Trump. Um, for me, I correlate this just to there being no resistance in any higher zone here. It's just price discovery mode for Bitcoin. We've never been here, and every time we get into a region where we haven't been yet, there is no real reason to turn around unless you actually print a reversal pattern. So let's see what we have here. Because what we can see here is there was a 4 hour long zone here. There was a low, a high, a low, a low, then a very extended higher high. Retrace here on this point, very nice short entry. Didn't reach take profit 2, hit take profit 1 though immediately. Free trade. One could have taken another entry here and went for the take profit point 2, which would be this line up here. But yeah, that's nothing I want to trade. So if we look now at the daily, we can see that there's first signs of a continuation pattern. Yeah, you can see it's a low, a high, a low, a low, then a higher high, and we are now waiting for the retrace. So what we could do here is mark this out, and then you'll immediately see the problem I have with this buy setup, which is that this wick here, just let me move this here, this wick here from this black candle, it is lower than the lower low. There is no candle close, but it went lower than this one. Usually those kinds of setups I don't like to take. If you really want to be bullish on Bitcoin and you really just want to get in, I would suggest looking for something in this area here. You can see the numbers on the chart on your right. For me, this is not a valid setup. This has no lower low in lower time frames, LTF. So we just mark that and be cautious here. Yeah, these are 4 hour zones, and then of course we have the bigger daily zones waiting down here, especially this one here looking very juicy. If we do not see that, we will have to take a retracement trade here, which will be somewhere in this area where this blue number here and this blue number here are the corners. That was the previous resistance, which we smashed with a rally base and rally pattern, which is usually a place that will get retested in the chart. And this is my main focus area to get into a Bitcoin long, at least for the short term. So now, without further ado, and we're going to make this a fast one today, because actually, yeah, we had nice pumps since we last spoke, which was on Sunday, but we did not see any signs of reversal or retracement yet. So for me, and this is a very important lesson everybody has to learn in trading at some point, if you do not have a setup or a reason to trade right now that is a really solid reason, a really, really good reason, you can tell that yourself over and over, and you will always believe yourself, so to say, then you might open a trade. At this point, for me, I will definitely wait for a clear setup to be printed and then enter the trade, because nothing is worse than, well, there's only one thing worse than missing a trend or missing a price movement, and that is being on the wrong direction of this price movement. So rather than just going for a long or a short position right here, I would rather wait. To recap what we traded, the last one we did was this hidden 1-day QMC, which was a very nice entry. And I actually sold all of that position at the last resistance we met right here. So I sold here at this red box. This is where I closed my position, and I would have re-entered if there was a retrace. But as you can see on the lower time frames, it did not retrace yet. So currently there's no active Bitcoin leverage position on my side, and I would rather wait, as I said, on a valid position to be printed on the chart. So now let's jump into Ethereum, because Ethereum did something quite interesting. Last time we spoke, we talked about those upper sell zones, sell setups that Bitcoin did not have or does not have yet. And we said that we can expect a reaction here, which we did. We actually overshot by quite a lot, by almost $100. But yeah, we also had a very nice sell reaction from here. I think it was a good area to take profits on some altcoins, and especially on some bigger altcoins like Solana. Yeah, just a good area. And by the way, we will take a short look at Solana too at the end of this video. So for now, on Ethereum, nothing has changed here as well. We did manage to break this local high, which does now mean that this long zone got activated. Only problem here for me is it has already been smacked through. So this long zone, it reacted, let me show you on this wick here. Okay, so we broke above it. That was when the long zone got activated, and then we dipped down into the long zone, and we had an instant reaction here back up. Quite good. I think we would have been able to hit our first TP and then move our stop loss to entry. But I said it earlier, and I will say it once more. I do not trade Ethereum as long as the Bitcoin dominance is on such a dominant position, because there's just no reason. Ethereum will not hit my buy setups and will overshoot my sell setups just to drop in the end. So yeah, no reason for me to trade that. There's also nothing on the daily chart that I spotted here so far. If I see something, I will definitely give a midweek update, which I think we should do this week anyways, because I do believe that we might expect a retrace trade in the upcoming days. It's usually around around Wednesday or Thursday when we will see a reversal in the weak sentiment. Mostly, let's see if it will be this time as well. If so, we might get the chance to either find a nice short position on Ethereum or find a nice long position on Bitcoin, or maybe even a short, depending on where the price goes next. Because that is something I want to add for you on the Bitcoin chart as well. Everybody is screaming, oh, 150K, 200K, 500,000 Bitcoin. People are getting really, how do you say, euphoric. They get ecstatic about it. And that is the point where you miss out on gains. So if we just take a look at where we're coming from, yeah, people who really bought the bottom, yeah, they bought like 20k, 16k. I think 15k people who buy here are either bullshitting you or they are just really lucky, because I don't think anybody would have seen this being the final bottom. But yeah, there was this very nice buy here, 20k. There was a lot of entries, and it's almost a 5x from here. So I would be cautious if we talk about calling tops. I wouldn't do that right now, for sure not. But there is absolutely no reason to believe that Bitcoin will hit 200k. It might not. The important part is that we do not get clouded in our minds by any sort of ideology or wishful thinking we have regarding the Bitcoin price. Just follow what the chart tells you. So, to not make this video too long, let's do a quick jump into the Ethereum and Bitcoin chart. There's also nothing really new. We spoke on Sunday here. This is when we spoke last time, and yeah, we can see, just as I expected, this weak zone here. It offers a little bit of a pump, but this was no breakout. We didn't create any sort of bullish pattern here. Rather, we created even more bearish patterns. I do expect this lower zone to be hit in the very near future. And once this one gets hit, I will definitely switch over all my leverage trading from Bitcoin to Ethereum once again, because Ethereum is, after all, the more beautiful chart, at least to my eye. So let's have a very small sneak peek at Solana for you at the end, and then cut this video, because I usually want to keep it around 10 minutes to be easy to digest, but yeah, we broke that anyways. So what do we see? We can see Solana, the last daily resistance, same here. Yeah, we spoke about it. The wick is longer than the wick of the real high, of the what we defined as the higher high, and also the candle close is higher. So this is not a real sell setup, but it was a good place to take profits. As we can see, we dipped into it once, broke down, dipped into it second time, broke down. We then smashed through and immediately retraced. So everybody who sold his Solana here had the perfect opportunity to just buy at the same place again they sold earlier once it broke this red box here. I hope everybody who traded Solana did so. If not, you will get it on the next time. So let's see if we have anything on the daily to identify on Solana, because the weekly, as I said, yeah, there's nothing to see. So let's just jump into the daily. And then we can see again here, this is the low point, a lower low wick, which is lower than the lower low candle close. Not a setup I like to trade. I would rather wait for a clearer entry and let this ride, because yeah, if I learned one thing from trading over the years, it is that almost all moves retrace at some point, and chasing them is what gets you wrecked. And on that note, I think it is quite a good place to end this video. 14 minutes, longer than I wished, but or I hoped for, but it is what it is. I will see you guys in the midst of the week if the market decides to already have a nice pattern, a nice reaction, and then we will find our next trade entry on the daily charts. Until this time, or until next time, good trading.